What's up, guys? We are back in the arcade, and the really cool thing is I can actually say that again because I have all my games back. These games have actually been packed away and in storage for 2 years, had some friends in Atlanta watching them, and now they are actually back here in Austin, Texas. I finally got the arcade back together, so we are actually unpacking these games, setting them up, turning them on, and seeing all sorts of issues that tends to creep into these games, even if you're playing them, let alone in storage. So many thanks to my friends that actually were kind of keeping an eye on these games and playing them, and really just sort of taking care of things while I moved out here and sort of got the house and all that kind of stuff set up. So many thanks. And today we're actually going to be looking at Twilight Zone. Because whenever I unpacked it, I noticed that it had an issue that it had developed compared to whenever I had left it. It didn't have that issue before, and that is the WPC reset issue, which is all too common to this game. So we are actually going to be taking a look at a very simple fix for WPC reset issues, which is the circuit board from KAHR.us. It's available online for like 40 bucks. We're going to pop it into here, and we're going to see if it fixes our reset issue. So stick around. Yes, the Williams Twilight Zone, a classic from 1993. Fantastic game. Unfortunately, also suspect to quite a few issues. This is one of the most complex pinball machines ever built, but as such, there's a lot of points of failure. So one of the things that's common in actually all of Williams pinball games is the dreaded WPC reset issue, which actually happens when the 5-volt line drops so low that the CPU doesn't actually have enough voltage to operate and thus causes a reset, so the game will actually black out, very similar to this. Usually you'll see it once you energize all of the flippers. So actually all we really have to do is, since the game is just in a track, there's not even any motors or anything running, if we just hit both flippers at the same time, boom, the game will actually reset, and then you'll actually lose your game, and it's not very much fun. So we're going to try swapping this board in from car.us, and we're actually going to see if it fixes our reset issue. Okay, so we have the pinball machine open. We are looking at the WPC CPU board, and specifically this connector right here, which is J210. And basically what this does is this takes your 5 and 12 volts and actually powers the entire CPU board. So what this will actually do, this card right here, is it will actually take the 12 volt line, which is usually plentiful in these games, and it will actually regulate it and drop it down to 5 volts, thus preventing the sag that tends to occur and cause these resets. So this one's actually plug and play. So we're actually going to plug the existing harness into this bottom connector here, and then plug this connector into the socket here at J210. So if we actually just gently wiggle the socket out, we should be able to mate up the two. They actually have the keys and all of the pins and everything, so you can't mess this up really. So we will actually look at ramp side down. Okay, so the ramps are on this side of the connector. We put that in there, snap it closed. There it is, and then plug this straight back into where we came from. Make sure the pin's lined up, or the key. So the key is right there, and thusly the key is right here. Plug it right in, and boom, we should be okay. So now, if we power on the game, we shouldn't get any resets. Alright, so we actually have the game all back together and powered on, so none of the magic smoke appears to have been released. So now if we hit start, everything actually still looks pretty good. It goes into player waiting mode, and if we hit both flippers, no resets. So that was a pretty easy fix, not too bad. So if you're looking for a quick and easy way to fix your WPC reset problems, which are really common in some of these other games, especially if you have any 5-volt mods or anything that's really kind of taken some juice from the 5-volt line, this is a really quick and easy way to kind of get your games running again, and that's available at KAHR.us, and it's about 40 bucks. Now, if you have a lot of games, that can be a little bit pricey. So in a future video, we're actually going to fix this by replacing components on the board that regulate the 5-volt lines to make sure everything is tip-top there. But it's a quick and easy way. So there we go. We got Twilight Zone back up and running. Nice and easy.